In the spring of 1968, the Planet of the Apes hit audiences all across the world with an incredibly ambitious spectacle of a planet, spoiler, our planet, ran by none other than monkeys, apes, completely taking over our place in the ecosystem and having their own ape society, where apes wear clothes, apes worship their own gods, apes apply on LinkedIn, and apes engage in bestiality. This awoke something in many people around the world, who would try over and over and over again to make a successful follow-up to the 1968 classic. But after Fox sank $100 million into this, it looked like the franchise was to lay dormant forever. You blew it up! However, there were those who still remembered the original fondly and wouldn't give up on bringing this back for a new generation. That is why today we're taking a look at one of the few successful reboots, Rise of the Planet of the Apes. But first, we need to take a quick dive into the state of the Ape franchise. Like we all know, the first Planet of the Apes was a cultural phenomenon and a big success at the time, because just 2 years later they had already released a sequel, and a year after that another one, and then a year after that another one, and believe it or not, the year after that one they released another one. Across 7 years, they released 5 movies in the Planet of the Apes franchise. It's like the world was just caught up in all this cape shit. Call it ape shit. These were apparently all of varying quality, just didn't hold a candle to the original. I say apparently because I don't know. I didn't watch these. I'm sorry, my dad didn't share his interests with me. Anyways, this one, Battle for the Planet of the Apes, the 5th installment of the Apes saga, released in 1973, seemed to be universally hated. The movie didn't even lose any money, but everyone agreed, this fucking sucks. How bad can a movie really be for Hollywood to be like, I know you made us some money, but we have to end it here, no fucking more. Serious question, because I'm not gonna watch this. Battle for the Planet of the Apes had done it. It killed ape shit. But not forever. 30 years later, in 2001, one of the most beloved directors at the time came up with a brand new enticing proposal for a new Planet of the Apes with one of the most beloved actors at the time. And it fucking sucked.
Hey, what happened? Oh my god!
Even though the Bird on Marky Mark project hadn't been a big success, the truth is the world was sort of in on ape shit again. We just didn't know it yet. Screenwriter couple Rick Jaffa and Amanda Silver identified this. People craved the monkey. Inspired by those newspaper articles of people who have monkey pets and they live alongside them, and then one day the monkey turns bad and rips someone's face off and eats it. They somehow came up with the conclusion that this was a perfect setup for a Planet of the Apes. They combined this with other stories of genetic testing on chimpanzees to make this story of a domesticated, genetically enhanced chimpanzee with human-like intelligence leading his people to a monkey revolution. But we'll talk more about Ape Che Guevara later. Fox loved the idea, but who could revive this dead franchise? No one wanted to touch this cursed monkey paw. Fox looked everywhere for a director, but they were all afraid to make another bad ape movie. And I'm not saying they were talking with Scorsese or David Mitcher. They were looking for anybody. Anybody. They found this random guy hidden behind a trash can who had directed a critically acclaimed indie Prison Break movie, The Escapist, the English director Rupert Wyatt. How did he go from an independent British Prison Break movie to the monkey movie? Well, like I said, no one wanted this. Wyatt also had a very unique perspective on the project and the future of the franchise. He wanted to keep it grounded and character-centric, focus more on the emotion than the hyper-violent apes. But unlike in other similar style movies, they tend to fall into this trap of too much human melodrama on my monster movie, this one would be different. This one would center on none other than the ape messiah, Caesar, and also James Franco. But did you know that when you don't like, share, comment, and subscribe, Caesar gets very sad? Make Caesar a happy chimp. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Just like in the news that inspired the writers, scientists led by James Franco use apes for genetic testing and research, trying to find a cure to Alzheimer's. Does it work? Kinda. But the important thing, it does make apes smart as fuck. And everything goes perfectly. Everything goes to shit and the apes all die. Except for one baby ape with genetically enhanced superior human thinking intellect is hidden away and raised by James Franco. What a great guy, James Franco. I'm pretty sure that in the not so distant future, there's not gonna be a scandal that will impact his career negatively. The baby ape, just like in the stories, is raised as none other than a human. But he doesn't fit in with humans. He's an ape. But he's not an ape. He's human. Or is he? I don't know. He's just a misfit. Meanwhile, James Franco and his team continue to make developments with the Alzheimer's cure. And it all goes perfectly. I mean, it kinda kills people, but hey, the smart apes are back. And Caesar has to make a very tough decision. Will he go back to the human world, living amongst the humans, even though he knows he will never really fit in there and will never be seen as anything other than a pet or a dangerous animal? Or will he decide to lead his monkey ape people, even though he won't fit in there either? His dad is James Franco. It's a very surprisingly emotionally heavy story, which would require an ape expressing emotion. As you might be able to tell, these are not exactly guys in ape costumes or ape makeup or real-life chimps. This was one of Wyatt's conditions. Bring the ape designs as close to real as possible without actually using real-life animals. But how do you bring these realistic apes to life? Well, it's simple. It was actually actors acting on set, with them being motion captured and their movements and intentions being transferred digitally into the biomechanics of an ape, their limb and spine. All very simple stuff, but you still need a real actor. An actor capable of carrying a franchise while having to deal with all the motion capturing technology. In contrast to finding a director, this took about 2 seconds. Obviously, Andy Serkis. Hey, I need a guy to play me a golem. Boom, Andy Serkis. Hey, I need a guy to play me a Star Wars Glob Shido. Boom, Andy Serkis. I want a guy to direct a bad George Orwell adaptation. Boom, Andy Serkis.
Look at all this deliciousness!
And of course, at this point, he was already ape royalty, thanks to his portrayal of King Kong. But now his acting as an ape would be on a whole different level, thanks to the advancements in the technology. To support Caesar, there's also his co-protagonist James Franco. He's the lead scientist who developed the formula which made the apes smart, and he's also Caesar's adopted dad. It's a character you can sympathize with and get behind because he's not just a mad scientist playing at being God by making monkeys smart. He has a sympathetic motive for his experiments, his dad. James Franco's dad is important because he represents something similar to Caesar. It's a being who got genetically unlucky and now is stripped of having a regular life.
I can't do this anymore. He belongs in a home. This is no way for him to live.
There's also James Franco's girlfriend. She doesn't really do much. All messiahs need their disciples. Accompanying Caesar is Maurice, the orangutan, who would be kind of St. Peter, the first ape to believe in Caesar, and the one who would go on to teach his ways. Rocket the chimpanzee, as doubting Thomas. He doubted Caesar at first, but he would go on to devote his life to the ape leader. If he seems familiar to you, it's because, believe it or not, after his explosion with Rocket, he would go on to play none other than Kong in Kong, Buck the gorilla. I ran out of religious examples, but I just wanted to say it's the same guy who voices Daddy Pig. Koba the bonobo, who is 100% loyal to Caesar and would never betray him. I mean, just look at it, guy. Ain't he cute? He's harmless. Koba is extremely important because he's the opposite of Caesar. He's the antithesis of human simian relations. Caesar lived his comfy life with his Banana Republic fit and his James Franco and his hot cocoa, but Koba belongs to the streets. Koba runs these streets.
I ran the streets since I was young. Streets killed me.
Caesar goes through his experience, his journey of his own, of being captive, and Draco Malfoy bullying him. Yeah, I forgot to say, Tom Felton is in this. But that's for like a week. He even gets cookies. Koba has never experienced sympathy in his life. He's a walking commentary on animal testing.
Say no to animal cruelty.
But that's diminishing Caesar. You take Rick Grimes, Batman, Optimus Prime, El Chino Moreno, Goku, you smash them up together and you get this guy right here. The greatest leader in cinema history. They fucking cooked with this one. It's hard to tell you why Caesar is such a great character without getting into those other two movies in the trilogy. Just sticking to the starting point, his hero's journey is still very compelling. As soon as he's born, he's an outsider. There's no other being like him. His intelligence makes him closer to humans, but humans will never accept him as one of them. Not even his closest friends. He will always be either the funny monkey or the dangerous ape. There's no way he wouldn't end up a chad. He had no choice of gaining his superior intellect. Being robbed of a normal simian life, in a way similar to the other apes trapped in zoos, but at least they can monkey out with each other. Not him. He is hated by his people. Yet he finds himself trying to build a monkey utopia, trying to make things better for them, realizing that even if he wants to go back to his former life, his ape people need him. They need a leader. So he gives them the gift of his curse. They will forever be indebted to him. And even when he's done his part and he's led his apes to safety, he can go back to his former life, but he chooses not to. He chooses to embrace that responsibility because that's what a leader does, and that's what Caesar is. Nothing displays this better than when the apes finally rise as they traverse through San Francisco with very clear goals. It's not just getting to shelter, they have to first free their fellow apes. It culminates in this final standoff at the Golden Gate Bridge. Apes versus police. 150 apes on a bridge versus policemen on horses, police cars, a helicopter, regular cars. How the fuck do you show this? Well, you build a section of the Golden Gate Bridge as authentic as possible, make the water and sky digital, you shoot the performances there in the open, capturing the motion graphics under direct sunlight, something which hadn't really been done before. So you use special infrared capturing cameras which allow you to have up to 6 monkey performers at once, the rest being fully CG or from an animation library. This will have absolutely no ramifications on the future of cinema. It's simple motion capturing technology. I don't understand it. In any other context, this would be corny as fuck, but I mean, this is just Apocalypse's 4 horsemen right here. Caesar is so fucking cool, man. But could this exciting new reboot based off of horror stories with a completely unknown director be able to capture what the last 5 movies failed to do? Give the original a run for its money and be able to get new fans into this franchise? Or was it doomed to fail? Just like the Burden one. Would people really resonate with motion captured apes to lead their monkey franchise? It seems like Fox wasn't certain. All these factors made this a $90 million risk, one which Fox wasn't gonna allow to compete with Transformers, Harry Potter, Captain America, the Smurfs. So they pushed the release date back to August. Historically not the best month for box office numbers. Still, hopes were that people would have already seen those other films and would give the funny looking monkey movie a try. Fox were hoping for a $35 million opening weekend. It got 19. On opening day. By the end of opening weekend, it already had 50 million. At the time, the 4th highest grossing August opening weekend. And the word of mouth was big. People couldn't believe there finally was a successful successor to the 1968 classic. Everyone was struck with Andy Serkis' impressive performance as Caesar, the new face of the Apes franchise, and of my religion. He was also nominated for Best Supporting Actor, not at the Oscars, but you know, where it counts, the motion captured Apes were all the rage. Even the Academy couldn't deny that, nominating it for Best VFX, which would only get better as the franchise progressed. Speaking of, since it was loved by all and made about $500 million, still less than the Smurfs, it would obviously get a sequel. They didn't quite know what the sequel would be, but there was multiple seeds there. It's funny looking back at interviews and seeing Wyatt so excitedly talking about possible sequel ideas he has.
I think any sequels that we consider will certainly be telling the story between those two moments, the conflict between humans and apes.
He definitely comes back for the other two installments, and definitely doesn't go on to make movies you've never heard of. So, how do you make a reboot? Focus on the money / the monkey. Aura moments, character growth. The woman does absolutely nothing. Reference original without pushing it. Don't shit on the original. And that is how you kick off your Monkey franchise. What a funny and exciting Monkey movie. I wonder what's next. They can't like top this, right? If for whatever reason you liked the video, give it a like, make sure to comment, subscribe, share. I'm trying to improve on these videos and be more consistent. Let me know any feedback you have. Otherwise, go fuck yourself.
Oh, I don't. Go fuck yourself.